It's Mental Health Awareness Week, and here at Scolmore Group we have brought back in Lucas from Andy's Man Club, and today's subject is connecting with others. So it's all to do with men's mental health. So what does it mean to you, connecting with others?
That is the golden question. No, connecting with others. So I think it's just adding value through the people that you connect with. We've sort of touched upon it before, but I think whether that's, connections at work, connections with your friends, really choosing when you've got a bit of choice of who to spend time with, making sure that you're choosing wisely. Social isolation were a big problem, obviously, in this country a few years ago, especially with lockdown and everything like that. And obviously there's a lot of people who work really long hours and, people who've got hectic lives. And I think that now more than ever, I think people realise how important it is to make time, to spend time socialising with people. Whether it is, like we say, family, friends, whoever it is. But social connection's a really important thing. We're social creatures, a lot of us, like that time on its own, but being around people, having a bit of a laugh, and also, sharing your problems potentially with people who you trust and who you respect, all very, very important things to do.
You mentioned about it is fast paced, and especially for our audience, which is aimed at the trades. We've spoken about how people can be working long hours. They can be up and down the country. They might only be communicating to the person whose house they're working on or property they're working on, and you're not getting that same level of interaction, are you, that you would sort of with your friends or your partner or family? No,
but I think obviously for a lot of the people who are out working in teams, they'll have that quality level of social connection, but for those people who don't, it is difficult, especially say if you're working long hours, you're working away, you're up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you're not back until 6 or 7 at night or whatever. It is difficult to actually have the battery and to have the ability to do it, and I think it's why when you've got that time off, it's important to have some sort of non-negotiable time that is just purely for spending with your friends, spending with people that you love, and doing stuff that's going to really enrich and nourish you. It's so important. I think, the other aspect, obviously, to mention with connecting with others is seeking support from people. I touched upon it briefly, but whether that is your friends that you're seeking support from, or whether it is professionals, whether it's counsellors, whether it's one of the people at our groups, I think that you need to prioritise a bit of time to seek that support if you are in a bit of a pickle or if you are having a bit of a struggle. It's really important to do. I think that there's some quality people out there with quality experience, be it professional or personal, who are able to offer that support should they need to do it.
And it's not an easy thing to seek, is it? So for people that are struggling, you struggle alone, don't they? People do initially struggle alone. And I know for me, I've thought, who do I approach? Who do I talk to? And I sort of start rattling off people in my head thinking, oh, no, I can't talk to that person about it, or wouldn't talk to that person about it. And I imagine that's the same for a lot of people, isn't it?
Definitely, because I think before we open up, a lot of people, have a fear that they're going to be burdening people. But, I guarantee you, if you're struggling, the people who care deeply about you, the people who are in your life, whether it's family or friends, they'll know that you're struggling anyway, like they will. So it's more of a burden to them if you don't say something, because they'll already have that indication and that clear idea that you are. But there are people out there who are willing to listen, who put themselves out there to listen. Like I say, people who run our groups are a perfect example of that. And it might sound a bit alien talking to a stranger, but you can probably find a better connection on some of these issues with a stranger than you can some of your friends.
And you don't need to unload straight away, do you? I know people that they've literally said, look, I want you to know I'm struggling. I don't want to go into it right now, but I just want you to know I'm struggling. And that's been what they've needed at that time and place, just to get that acknowledgement of, I'm not myself, I can't do what I should be doing, this is why, but just give me time. And it's almost like a stepping stone, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. No, I think it is a case of just, having that respect and listening to people, and I think that the closer you can get to opening up, the better. I think if you can take those sort of steps towards it, then you're in a positive place. But social connection is at the root of opening up about what you've been through, 100%.
And Andy's Man Club sessions, that's a perfect example of how you can do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is, you know, nothing that's said in those rooms is shared outside of those rooms. There's never any judgment. There's acceptance no matter what you're saying. And, you know, if you go along, you'll be treated with dignity, respect and admiration as well for opening up.
So we spoke about in one of the other episodes about the questions that when you pass the ball around in the sessions at Andy's Man Club. Is there an opportunity for like... just almost like a free reign to just talk openly as well?
It sticks to the structure, and that's just because we want to give everybody, you know, sort of a fair chance to talk. But what I'd say is that gap in between 3 and 4 is where people can, you know, maybe have a little bit of free reign to talk to each other, and really share their experiences and delve a little bit deeper should they wish to. But the way the session's structured, I think it gives people an opportunity to talk about every aspect of what it is they're going through.
And if, for whatever reason, I mean, we would, of course, encourage people to go and seek help, go to places like Andy's Man Club, to professionals. But as you said, there's friends, there's family, your partner, anyone. They're going to want to help you, aren't they? Well, not even help. They want to listen. They want to understand, don't they?
They do, and that's why I'd encourage you to open up. I think a question that we get asked a lot is, what would you say to somebody who's thinking about opening up or thinking about going or whatever? One thing that we'd always say is just do it, because, you know, there's no better time than now. The quicker you can do it, the better. It is very, very difficult. Like, we get it completely, but if you are struggling and you need some support, please do reach out either to us, to your loved ones, to your friends, whoever it is. Reach out and get that support, because from that point in, things do get better.
Absolutely. Lucas, I want to thank you for coming on the show and
No problem.
talking to our audience about Andy's Man Club. We've got more episodes about this in the series, so please keep an eye out for that. But as we said, please do reach out. Please go to one of the Andy's Man Club sessions, and I'm sure it will help you as it's helped so many others.
Yep.
So we will see you in the next video.